angel message. And wow, we're on the 1st of June already, and we're halfway through the year pretty much, and it's really been a full-on one. So let's have a look at what the angels have to say to us through the cards and through me for this week, this coming week ahead. And I'd love to hear how you are and where you're watching from. Is lovely always to know, where you actually are in the world. Well, we do this every Monday. I try to keep it around 10 a.m, but it depends on other things that are going on. Australia time, Sydney time. So welcome. So let's have a look and see what the angels have to say about this week. Now, I'm using the Archangel Power Tarot deck, and definitely the angels have been talking about the energies shifting, but what we're getting is a flood of positive energy, so light, and then what that's doing is it's bringing to the surface the toxins. It's bringing to the surface things that you personally, individually need to deal with, things that you need to see, things that you need to understand on what level they were attracted to you. And I never want you to think I attracted this terrible thing to me, and feel bad and feel guilty, because that's not true for a start. But it's also, guilt doesn't help anything. Feeling guilty, feeling bad about things that have happened to you is one of the reasons why we don't heal, is feeling as if you are somehow wrong or broken and you did something wrong in order to cause the problem that's going on in your life, in the world. Is not helpful at all. Now, of course, sometimes there are things that we need to learn. There are things that we need to be more aware of. There are lower self qualities that we all have that we need to pluck out. And we're seeing this in the world right now with racism being really highlighted at the moment. Now, it's being highlighted at the moment, but it doesn't mean it hasn't always been there, right? We know it has always been there. And it's something that needs to change. And there is knowledge that maybe people don't know about that they need to learn. There is a different kind of understanding, a change in perspective that is needed, perhaps by everybody in the world, so that this can no longer exist. It can no longer be tolerated. We no longer are making space for this lower energy to exist in our personal lives and therefore in the bigger world, in the greater world out there. And so it's the same with anything that's going on for you. If you've had a tough time lately, have a look at, okay, is there something new I have to learn? Is there some other perspective I need? What do I need to forgive, release, become conscious of inside of myself that is causing a destructive energy or a negative energy that can be healed? Because everything can be healed if we allow it, if we're open to it. Hi everyone. Hi Jen. Hi Jamie. Hey Patricia. Hey Nicola. Hey Nat. Nice to see you, Therese. Good morning, Amanda. No, I can't scroll at the moment. Oh yeah, I can. It's letting me. Thank you for being here. So of course, the angels will have a lot to say. So notice what is coming up at the moment. Are you having dreams about things that are relevant to a theme in your life? Are there situations that feel intolerable, unbearable, painful for you? Are you feeling triggered by something or someone? And, whilst other people can definitely do things that can be upsetting, painful, difficult, challenging, we can also, they have their reaction, we have our reaction. So we have to be responsible for how we respond and we react and how we process, and not take responsibility for how another person reacts and responds and processes. That's not yours to deal with. Yours is what do I have to do to make this better for me? And what do I have to do to clear whatever the challenge is that is coming up for me, the vibration, the frequency. Okay. So, really love these cards. They're really great. Okay, beautiful. I'm seeing a bit of, there you go. So the first card out is an Archangel Michael card. Yay! Let's all cheer for Archangel Michael, because he's the energy that we need at this time, right? We need that powerful, no fear, clearing, no tolerance for lower negative evil energies, no tolerance for that which brings you down, that dulls who you truly are at your core. Whether that is externally or however it shows up internally. So you can call on Archangel Michael at any time that you feel vulnerable, anytime that you feel you need protection psychically, energetically, physically, mentally, emotionally. Archangel Michael is the angel for that, and his bright blue, electric blue energy transmutes all fear and negativity and will protect you. You can also call on Archangel Michael to fill you with courage and to also guide you in the direction of your soul's path, the right path for you. Now, if you look at this card very closely, you see that Archangel Michael is at the fork in the road. And there is a person there, and that person represents you, me, us. And he's guiding that person that's sort of here. He's about to go down the dark, sort of dingy, foggy road that looks a bit dull. And Archangel Michael's saying, no, don't go that way. Go the safe way, go the light way. Now, he doesn't mean, stay in situations just because they're easier. This is about making sure that there is what you're choosing is the best for you, and asking for the angels' help in choosing what you want to choose. So there is a choice to be made. Do you go back into old patterns, back into negativity, choosing the fear and the darkness, or do you choose the light and the love and the healing? And it's time to make that decision in at least one area of your life right now. And you can see that this is being reflected on a global level, that we have to make those choices not only for ourselves but also for others as well. So we have to pluck out, hi Hassan, we have to weed out anything in your consciousness that drags you towards negativity, lower thoughts, judgment, self-criticism. There's nothing wrong with being self-aware and going, oh, I don't really like that part of myself. That part of myself isn't who I really am. And how can I heal this? And that's a good question. But attacking yourself, criticizing yourself, putting yourself down, whatever we are to ourselves, we are to others, whether we like it or not. That harshness will bleed out into harshness into the world in some way, shape or form. So we have to clear it. We have to take responsibility. So Archangel Michael is here to guide you. He's here to help you. Ask for his help. So that is a 7 card. So 7 is about being on the right path, moving forward. And this is very much a theme at the moment. I'm hearing it from the angels a lot, is that they're asking us to, we have to move forward from the past. Now, that doesn't mean that you kind of shut down, ignore, don't process, don't heal. But what that does mean is that if you're leaving something behind, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a deceased loved one has crossed over, whether it's a job that you wish you still had, in order to fill that hole, you have to create new energy, whether that's go for a different job opportunity, retrain, bring new friends into your life. It's like create new energy, because that is part of the healing. You can't say, okay, I'm not going to do that until I'm healed from that. That's not how it works, because life is ever moving. The saying, life goes on. So here we have the guidance, and I really love this. I'm pretty sure we've had her before. 5 of Gabrielle. So this is about change, and boy, are we in a time of change right now. Okay, and that is difficult. So you have to make sure that you're resting, that you're retreating, that you're doing things that fill your soul. Sometimes 5 hours of Netflix doesn't fill your soul. An hour or 2 hours might be good, but 5 hours, you're just kind of stagnant. So maybe it's a walk in nature, maybe it's a Epsom salt bath, maybe it's calling a friend. Whatever that is for you, it's retreat and recharge. You've got to do plenty of that at the moment to hydrate, rest, and to sustain yourself through this really intense time. So here we have a challenge you can resolve, and it's asking you not to rush anything, but to withdraw a little bit, not totally, just in the name of knowing that there is guidance coming, there is healing coming, and you need to make space in your life for that healing to get through. So this card says, withdraw from the drama of others. Such good advice, right? Such good advice. Withdraw from the drama of others. Isn't it easy to get hooked in to drama? So withdraw from that. You don't have to be available for that. It could be someone's excitement drama. It could be someone who's being self-righteous. It doesn't have to be negativity as such, but that drama sucks your energy and drains you, so your own and other people's. Be patient with everybody. You know, everybody's on different pages. Everyone's catching up to each other. Everyone's learning their own lessons, and we've got no right to judge that. And then this is saying there's a difficulty or a challenge or a piece of guidance that you need to resolve. So there's something coming in for you, and all you need to do is kind of wait. You can journal, you can meditate, do things that have the strong intention. You know, it's my intention to heal this. It's my intention to get clear guidance, clarity about what my next moves are going to be. And it is coming. You can see Archangel Gabriel in the background bringing the piece of the jigsaw puzzle that is missing for this person in the card. So we're definitely moving, but we're moving with intention and peace. Now, how many times has this shown up recently? It's incredible. I mean, this is a 78 card deck, right? So the moon. So we've got the goddess of the moon, Archangel Haniel, and she is hanging out, and she's got her little furry friend with her, the you know, like the familiar, the guardian, the power animal. And she's talking about really coming in deep into your intuition and overcoming some long-held fears. So sometimes the moon card can confuse people. They can think it's about illusions or being tricked. It can sometimes be that, but not being tricked by an external. It's like your own consciousness tricking you. So if you're saying things to yourself like, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm too this, I'm too that, you know, any too old, too fat, too thin, too young, there's always a too, and that's your ego. That's what you need to face it and release it. Let it go. It's not true. You don't have to believe everything your mind says to you. In fact, it's better that you don't. Most of the time, it's just regurgitating old stuff. And so it's up to you to take the reins and decide where you're going to steer your consciousness. Are you going to steer your consciousness into fear and negativity and not good enoughness, or you're going to steer it in a new direction? Support yourself, love yourself. You know, it's a choice. People don't think it's a choice. They say this bad thing happened to me and I'm never going to be the same again, and that's it. And they don't realize that they are the only thinker in their own mind. They have the power to steer their life. And okay, it might feel difficult at first. It might be like driving a car through a muddy field. It doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel good. It's bumpy and uncomfortable. And you might get stuck a few times. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't keep moving. So we're really seeing a movement here. So I love the 18 too. So 1 and an 8. A 1 is watch your thoughts. 8 is about creating prosperity. So we're seeing there's a fork in the road. There's choices to be made. Choose the light-filled ones. Choose the positive ones. Don't be tempted to go back into darkness in your mind. And you're being guided by Archangel Michael. Withdraw from drama. Drama is all over social media. It's a place of drama. And it only gives your ego a fix, right? So you think, oh, I'm just going to look on my phone. But you're actually getting an ego fix. You're getting a rush of adrenaline or a hook into something that isn't healthy, and then you're on there for ages and you don't even realize it because your ego's getting a fix. But when you put it down, you don't feel fulfilled. There's not an energy of fulfillment of, I just grew from that experience. Sometimes you do if you're on the right pages, but sometimes you don't. And if you're doing it endlessly, your ego is looking for something to hook into, to fulfill you. And that can be the same as alcohol, overeating, eating the wrong thing. You know, addictions to all kinds of things are the ego seeking fulfillment outside of itself, but that fulfillment is short-lived and empty. So when you withdraw from that and you recognize that I want to fulfill my soul, not my ego, like my ego leaves me feeling empty, then you start to move on the path of your soul, if that makes any sense. And then we've got an outcome, which is this week is an opportunity to face your fears, to call on your spiritual guardians, your power animal, your angels, your archangels, the guides that are with you at this time. There's so many. And hone your plans, face your fears, pluck and weed out those things that are pulling you down. Maybe you could make a a mind map of all the things that pull you down in your mind and release them. And this is going to make you stronger and give you the strength and the momentum to move forward. So we had a final card here, which is the Ace of Ariel. Just take a look at that card and feel it. Feel, you're an intuitive person. Feel it. What does that feel like to you? It's abundance. Look at her. She's sitting on a mound of money. She's got light beaming in on her. She's got a big smile on her face. She's no longer in the dilemma. She's no longer in the darkness, about to go down another dark road in order to learn a lesson. She doesn't need to. She knows who she is. She's at a new beginning, and this is where they're taking us right now. So sometimes, I did it myself at the weekend. I spent a little bit of time on Instagram, and I found myself going into a sad place about the things that are going on in the world. And that's appropriate. It's appropriate to feel sad about tragedy. It's appropriate to feel angry about tragedy when it's born of prejudice. But then you have to make some decisions. I'm going to do something about this. I'm not going to let this slip. I'm going to make my own decisions. I'm not going to back down when people speak negatively of others in front of me and stuff like that. I'm going to do things to support. But then I've got to withdraw that energy, because that energy as a whole starts to make me feel powerless. I feel powerless thinking about how's the world going to change. So I have to come back to my connection with Source, because I'm not doing everything by myself, right? Neither are you. You are not doing anything by yourself. Source, your angels are with you all the time. So then you come back to, I do have the power to make changes. I work on myself, and I also wait for guidance, and I trust when I'm guided to do something for others too. So I'm sending you loads and loads of love and angel blessings. Now this week I'm going to do a Facebook Live about angels. I'm going to do a 30-minute Facebook Live on this page, and which is my Rachel Scoltock Angel Medium business page, if you're not already on it, where I'm going to be answering your questions about the angels. What would you like to know about the angels? So if that's something you would like to be a part of this week, please let me know. Because, you know, I don't want to be doing it on my own. It's going to be completely free, and it's your opportunity to ask questions about connecting with angels, opening your intuition, getting your own guidance, healing from difficult situations. Someone asked me this morning about psychic attack, healing from a narcissistic relationship. There's some very specific healing techniques that the angels have taught me, which I use all the time in my healing practice and my groups, to help you with things like that. And they're very powerful, and they work really quickly. So if you'd like to be a part of that, let me know, and I will announce in the next few hours when I'm going to do it. It may be tonight, but I've got so much on today, I'm not sure I can fit it in. But just bear with me, and I will put that out there. So I'm Rachel Scoltock. Please go over and check out my website, rachelscoltock.com. There's some free meditations on there. Under the store tab, you just click on free stuff, and there's some free meditations you can listen to, and lots more. So sending you love. Have a great week.